Thank you for joining us today for what is the first in a 4-part series that we recently created specifically with our university members in mind. We're really happy to have so many of you participating with us today, as well as other Career Count members that are really thinking about launching their career in development. As I mentioned, my name is Kate Warren. I am an Executive Vice President here at Devex, and I oversee the talent and career solutions that we provide. So we work with many employers across the sector in helping them identify top talent for their roles, and we also create career resources trying to leverage some of this unique insight we have into the hiring landscape for professionals that are looking to either launch or further their career in development. So I will be talking to you today really to give you a broad overview of the employment landscape, some of the things that are important to know as you think about launching your career, perhaps next year or after graduation. And then we will have some time for Q&A. So at any time during the presentation, feel free to submit questions in the Q&A chat box, and we'll keep an eye on those and try to get to as many as we can at the end. Great. So when I am often asked about job trends, where are the jobs, where should I be thinking about really growing my career and where the opportunities are, I often say to follow the money because so much of development work is funded, programs and projects that are funded by outside donors. Those donors' priorities, whether it's sectors or countries, are really dictating the projects that are happening, and as a result, the kinds of professionals that are needed, the kinds of employers that are implementing those. At Devex, we also do a lot of following the money. We track the funding coming out of hundreds of different donors and do a lot of insights for organizations that are working in development to really help them understand where the funding flow is going as they think about their organization and their new opportunities. You can really take those same insights and take it down a step further to where the career trends are. So some of the top regions based on our funding insights and also surveying our members over the past year or two, Africa tends to be number one. It's receiving a lot of attention, a lot of funding, so there are a lot of opportunities across the African continent. We're working on programs supporting those on the African continent. And Southeast Asia is also an area where there's a lot of activity happening, a lot of funding is prioritized. In addition to the Middle East and what we would describe as conflict and fragile states. So we've seen an uptick in conflict. We've seen an uptick in natural disasters. And so there is an uptick in the funding that is going to address these. So there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of funding, a lot of sharing needs in these regions. Some of the top sectors that we are seeing a lot of funding and our community of professionals are predicting will see increased and continued funding in the future. And this is not an exhaustive list, so if you don't see an area that you're interested in or have expertise in, don't fret, but maybe thinking about how your expertise or what you're interested in might fit into one of these other umbrellas or impact or be impacted by one of these sectors. But climate change is obviously really big on the agenda for many organizations right now, and it really impacts so many other aspects of development, including conflict, peace and security, health, agriculture, food security. And so you're seeing a lot of emphasis on these kind of programs. Private sector development is another big growing area in development, and then technology for development, or ICT for D. We're seeing a lot of disruption. Of course, technology is disrupting all sectors everywhere, and of course that's coming to development too. So we're seeing a lot of integration of technology into development programming, seeing a need for technologists or people who understand how to leverage technology to really drive impact. There's an increased need for people who can work in this area.